All right, we're going to bring in Mike Eppel here, and all of these talks, what's it doing to the markets? It's supposed to be quiet today, Mike, but exact opposite.
Pretty much. We've got trade, and more trade front and center this morning, Melanie. With the ongoing NAFTA negotiations, what will Canada have to give up to get a deal done? Our trade negotiators keep saying we don't want just any deal, we want a good one. But we've got the auto sector in the spotlight, the dairy industry, resolution process on any trade disputes going forward. So it's not going to be easy. And again, this is a self-imposed deadline that was put into place earlier this week by the U.S. president after the U.S. and Mexico cut that tentative deal and then brought Canada back into the mix. So a lot of work still to be done there. The markets are down this morning because U.S. President Donald Trump is looking at trade issues on multiple levels. In an interview with Bloomberg News yesterday, the U.S. president threatened to pull America out of the World Trade Organization, also talking about ratcheting up tariffs against China on another $200 billion worth of goods effective next week. So going into a long weekend, investors are going, yeah, let's just stay on the sidelines and wait for some of this to blow over, if in fact it does. And markets are down pretty much across the board in early trade this morning. Keep in mind, Wall Street for much of this week has been at or near record highs for benchmark stock indicators. And then you've got the continued fallout from the Trans Mountain Pipeline mess, we'll call it, because that shocking announcement by the Federal Court of Appeals to block the expansion of the Trans Mountain Pipeline. Does the Canadian government now go to the Supreme Court? Do they legislate this? Do they go to the consultation process, which will take another year, if not longer? Lots of unanswered questions. One thing that was interesting is the fact that even as our pipelines remain constricted for access, Canada's shipments of oil by rail reached an all-time record high, according to the National Energy Board, and that had shares of CP Rail at the TSX reaching a record in Thursday's trade. We've got Lululemon Athletica at a record pre-market. The yoga wear company seeing its earnings way up in the latest quarter. They've got lots of sales momentum, and they're getting a new CEO coming in, and Lululemon shares up by 11% so far this morning. Coca-Cola also doing a big deal overseas, buying the Costa Coffee company for $5 billion. And that's giving a coffee jolt to Coca-Cola stock.